Hi, powerful woman. Are you struggling with obsession when you're dating? Obsessing over the guy, obsessive thinking when you're dating? Are you sick and tired of the obsession, obsessive thinking, that it doesn't seem that it's going away? Are you waking up exhausted because you could not sleep well, you could not eat well? Do you have a problem with your shower? I mean, this is very common. I talk to a lot of women, and when the obsession over the guy kicks in, you might be forgetting how to eat, how to sleep, how to take care of yourself. So, first of all, it's not your fault. Also, is your obsessive thinking affecting your mood? That you lost your joy, you lost your happiness, you are more depressed? Are you afraid that your obsession might affect your work, and it's affecting your work? You cannot function. Not only you cannot take care of yourself physical needs, eating, sleeping, exercising, but also it's affecting your productivity and effectiveness in work. Are you afraid that you might lose your job or not take care of your business, that you might lose your security and might lose your money? If the answer is yes to any of those questions, then watch this video. I have something for you. I can help. For those who don't know me, I'm Justyna Kucharska. I am a founder of powerfulwoman.love, and for the last 10 years I've been helping women how to overcome negative obsessive thinking over the men, obsession, how to overcome painful romantic cycles, loneliness, not being able to be in relationship. And I've been helping women how to tap into their true feminine power, but also how to negotiate with men. This is what most people don't talk about, how to negotiate with men. So I've been helping women how to attract the right man, and how to create healthy, loving, deeply committed, devoted relationship. Even if they failed in the past, even if they did not have any good role models, even if they did not have a good example from their parents, even if their family, if they come from the broken families, even if they did not have not been set up for success when it comes to love relationships. So today I will give you 3 tips how to be less obsessive, how to overcome obsession when dating. I mean, if you want to be in relationship, you have to date, but how to date in a healthy way, in a pleasurable way, in a fun way, in a natural way, in an organic way. This is what I help women with, and it's an inside job and outside job too. So to give you tips on how to overcome obsession. And if you've experienced that obsession, if you experienced in the past pain in the chest, or pain in your solar plexus or in your belly, if you experience just like crawling on the floor and crying your eyes out into the pillow for hours, if you experience not being able to sleep for a month, for 6 months, for 8 months, then you know what I'm talking about. It's a bigger, deeper issue. However, and it's really like, when I think about this obsession, it's like attacking the elephant with the flies. I have devoted my whole life, especially last 15 years, on finding out what the heck to do, how to overcome this. So, and I really, and there is a lot of different elements to it, like the whole elephant. I call it elephant. It's a big elephant. And this is what I created. I created program which is like different sides of elephant. You want to focus on the one thing at the time to create the whole transformation from obsession to healthy love. Now, so like I said, everything I do is to move you from obsessive, loneliness, painful experiences, toxic love, toxic patterns, to healthy, natural, organic, flowing, easy love, how it's meant to be. However, today I do want to give you something. I want to give you 3 tips, 3 concepts, which based on which this is how I work. To move you into direction to go from obsessions towards freedom of your own being, natural, loving, and being loved, which is your true nature. Like we all came from love. We all came from love, and you don't have to go to different countries. You don't have to go to ashram. You don't have to go to for the guide to different country. I know. The different countries are coming up. I've done it, and a lot of my clients done it. I do work with a lot of women who are traveling a lot, and that completely disturbs the way we've been building relationships from your own community. So you're coming to completely new country, new culture. It's a very different experience when building relationships, okay? Different experience than you find a boy from your street, you know their family, they know you, and you are in the same cultural bubble, the same familiarity, the same system beliefs, the same structures. So you can easily relax more. When you are traveling, you are meeting so many varieties. It's just a different game, different game. It will require your connection with your deeper self and learning how to navigate with your compass inside gut feeling and intuition. Otherwise, there are no rules. Okay, so I give you 3 tips. First tip number 1: accept you're an animal. What do I mean by that? Accept you're an animal and that you have animal instincts and animal needs. It would be much more difficult for very intelligent and brilliant women. I will brag a little bit. It was difficult for me too. All of my clients are highly intelligent women, and this is what I see. You will get a lot of kudos for being intelligent, but this is not. So if you are one of those women, you will place a lot of value on your intelligence and thinking, which I want to say it's super important. You never want to diminish yourself. You don't want to go dumb or stupid just to make other people comfortable. However, just being in your thinking and mind will and rejecting your body, rejecting your animal side, rejecting your hunger will create problems in your love life. So really, especially for intelligent women, it is very tricky, but it's doable. Exactly, that's why I created a program for intelligent women who knows how to follow step by step to actually tweak that mindset in your brain to have your intelligence plus be able to listen to your body. So really what you want to do, accept your animal. I know when I've been in my most intellectual phase as an engineer on university, I've been very intellectual. I remember I felt the way I was thinking about my animal instinct was like something primitive, that I don't want to go there, I don't want to do that, like I'm above primitive instincts. And actually a lot of people and society is trying to control those instincts, and it's not only you, it's a scientific environment, it's a medical environment, it's tech environment. it's masculine, it's intelligent, trying to control instincts. On the end, nature is more powerful, even if beyond the most intelligent, highly intelligent technology. Nature is still even more powerful. So acknowledge that you are an animal and you have animal instincts. And like I said, the science and society trying to control the instincts, treating it as a primitive rather than working with it. Does that make sense? And this is how society is ending up, more and more mentally unstable and more mentally ill, not healthy. In my mind, all of the mental illness, and as I often share, I went through depression too. I have my own mental health issue, and I am a sensitive person, so I have to always be aware of what is my state of my emotional and mental health, the same way like physical health. I have routines. I have a good self-care when it comes to my mental health. So in my mind, all of the illnesses, mental illnesses, are generally people out of balance. Those are healthy people out of their natural balance. And social control really messes up with those instincts. I remember when I was growing up, the only thing I remember is not to get pregnant. Like that was my main fear when I was younger, not to get pregnant. Now, when I wanted to get pregnant, it's not that easy anymore, if that makes sense. So society and people are trying to mess with instincts. I'm not saying you have to go pregnant. You can always also plan it. However, you want to accept that you have those needs. You want to accept that you have a hunger for love. You have a hunger for connection. You have a hunger for deep intimacy, and that's real. And also, what I wanted to say here was. Like obsession. So obsession really comes with unapproved natural instincts and natural desires. Like how do you, like when you take wild animal from the wilderness and throw into cave, how the animal reacts? It go nuts. So this is what's happening mostly with people. Most adults, parents, advertisement, church, school have send us distorted messages about what sex is and what isn't. In media, I don't see a lot of healthy sexual messages. In school, the only way we talk about sexuality, it's on a physical level, but we are so much more than physical. We are animals, but we are also thinking beings, intelligent thinking beings, and we are also emotional beings, and we are also spiritual beings. So we talk about 4 different levels of spirituality, of sexuality, and those 4 different levels affect your if they are not accepted and approved, it creates obsession because it's stronger than human will. It's like, I feel like the obsession which comes usually when dating, or obsession when it comes to relationship, when it comes to man-woman chemistry and dynamic, comes from it's similar to food. It's the same hunger. Nature created our instincts to have us survive. If we mess with those instincts, we will get distorted, we will get obsessed when it comes to love, dating, intimacy. Or when it comes to food, more and more people are more obese because they're messing up with the natural hunger for food. So again, accept your animal. Accept your animal. You have needs for food. You have a needs for love and connection. You have a needs for security. You have a needs for self-expression. So on the basic level, you have a need for food and shelter and security. Then you have a need for connection, love, intimacy. Those are basic human needs. And I feel like when I was growing up, I had a lot of messages to be a good employee, like to be more productive, not to really control my instincts. And I did try to control my instincts until they blew up. The same thing I see with women, like they control until the binge happen. It's like with food. If you starve yourself for a long time, you're going to binge. So first of all, you're animal, and you have need for love, connection, sex, intimacy. That's a real need. And I feel like, especially in our society, there is a lot of shame on wanting that, of having hunger for that. So first of all, acceptance and permission. Like accept your animal, and you need food, you need sleep, and you need intimacy. And take ownership of that, and start taking care of it, because a lot of women also wait for someone else to come and fix them, wait for Prince Charming. Prince Charming is not coming. The obsession comes when the guy will give you a little bit of attention and you feel what you've been missing for so long, and then the whole obsession starts. So just know that whatever you felt with that guy, that now you're obsessive thinking, this is the ingredient you were craving for a long time, and now it's your responsibility to get it. The same way like it's your responsibility to get the food, the same responsibility to get the relationship. And this is what I help women with, how to have a skills in relationships, and how to have a skills of leaving the unhealthy relationship, skills of getting the healthy relationship, and skills of maintaining healthy relationship. Those are sets of skills we didn't learn in school. In school, we learn how to be productive. We learn how to do the job. We learn how to be a robot, to produce, to make everyone else happy. Relationship is for you, to make you happy. Okay. So that comes really from start reparenting yourself, start giving yourself what you need, like care and love and kindness for yourself for the first time. And one of the needs, like I said, it's food, it's security and shelter and safety, but it's also love and family building and connection. So that's tip number 1. You're an animal. Your animal instincts are stronger than you. Nature is more wise and more intelligent than you, even if you are more intelligent. I know we need to get a little bit more humble here, but however, so learning and surrendering to your instincts versus trying to control your instinct for your own will. So that's 2. That's 1. Number 2, slow down to give space to your feelings. Does that make sense? I will say that again. Slow down to create the space for your feelings. So human behavior, the human behavior starts with thoughts. Everybody's talking about it now. Everybody's learning about mindset and in personal development and any therapy work, any work. First there's a thought, then there is a feeling, then there is an action. Thought creates feelings, feelings create actions. If you are unmotivated, you're not going to do anything, but if you feel urge, you're going to do something. So what I mean by slowing down, I mean when you are in obsession, you have a thought and you do action. There is no space between obsession, between thoughts and action. So you have this obsessive thinking, it's rolling, and you do more action, and it's getting worse and worse and worse, and you're in this like a loop, like a cyclone of just like complete drama, complete tragedy happening, and you cannot stop, and it's just like taking you into the loop and you cannot stop. Does that make sense? So if you do, it's going to perpetuate the thinking, and if you think more, you will do more. So what I teach women, it's part of the whole work to what we are doing, is to stretch the time between thinking, obsessive thinking, and action, doing. Stretch the space and time and slow down between thinking and doing. And by doing, I mean even decision and creating new decision and new thinking. Okay? So for example, if you have, I just had a good thought. I wanted to do a good visual around that. So you want to stretch time between thinking and doing, whether it's a text him, whether it's block him. I mean, how many times I have women blocking men when men didn't do anything yet, and they're already blocked. How many times I left relationship before even like anything, I was able to even notice what just happened. So how many times, I mean, this happen often too. How many times you end up in different country and you're like, what just happened? How am I in different country? Oh, I needed holiday or I needed break, because there was some thinking, no space between feeling, but straight away doing. Okay? If you have obsessive thinking, those obsessive thinking will create very intense emotions. And if you don't feel those emotions, you will do something you will definitely regret. I mean, going to his house and checking on his house, checking on access, stalking on Facebook. I mean, like I said, going to different country, changing jobs. I mean, I've done it. I don't know how I agreed to buy a new motorbike of my ex-husband. How did I agree to buy this new motorbike? Anyway, I mean, a lot of things which we are like, how did I pay for it? I don't know how I did that. Like, completely, I don't understand this action in my life. I've done a lot of those. I've done all of the mistakes in relationships you could possibly make. That's why I know what not to do. That's why I know what to do it differently. So you want to stretch time between thinking and doing and process the feelings. So slow down to create space for feeling. None of the amount of the action will fix the feeling. And that kind of feeling, those feelings usually will take you to compulsive behavior, which is obsession. Obsessive thinking about him, obsessive texting, obsessive like creating drama, obsessive arguing, obsessive eating or not eating, obsessive not eating, obsessive exercising, obsessive shopping, obsessing traveling. Whatever obsessing is usually comes from unresolved, unprocessed feelings. So again, create the space to process the feelings without doing anything. And when we talk about feelings, longings for love, sex, intimacy, like I said, it will be really intense because, again, growing up in schools, we were put into a production machine where feelings were not like, okay, so a lot of intelligent women, smart women, develop their left brain and mature the left brain. Now, the right brain and the feminine side is usually immature, and the processing of that feelings is maturing the feminine. So a lot of time, you might find yourself, you are attracted to the guy who is 20 years younger than you, and that feels like a right connection, because this is the age of your feminine, and she needs to experience what needs to experience, what she couldn't experience when you were that age in your physical body. And all of the ages, like it has to mature, if that makes sense. Now, you can take it forever, or you can go through the process of maturing it with me in a quicker way. Like, I have plenty of women who come to me who are on that emotional level around like 5 or 6 or sometimes 15, 17, and they do the beautiful work, and they just step into their age, maturing it in a way that it's really beautiful, and or even embracing their young self. Recently, I signed up for it's my personal story time. I signed up for a tennis classes sessions, and I went there, and whatever, I was signing up for membership, and they asked me how, like the chairman asked me how old I am, and because below 25 they will there are different prices, and I just sent a smile saying, I'm 41, I'm way over 25. And he replied me back and said, well, you look way younger than you are. And what happens, I did felt younger, because that was my young self dream I'm fulfilling, and this part of me is still alive. Like, probably she has around 15, 16, 17 years old, and she's still alive, and I'm now giving her what she wants, what I didn't give her before. So that's outside relationship. However, this happened with relationships. Like, I focus on my relationships in the last 20 years. And I am 41 years woman in relationships. Okay, I'm not 5 years old, I'm not 17, I'm not 30, I'm 40 years old woman in relationships. Still hot, still sexy, but also I know who I am, and I know what I want, what I don't want. Okay, I did mature it, and I'm really happy with my age. I'm happy where I am, and I'm happy with who I am. So it is okay, it is normal to bring those young selves, and usually when it comes to obsession, there is some younger self who needs attention, and that younger self needs to process, needs to be felt, needs to be acknowledged and seen. So again, when we talk, and especially around sexuality, usually in the teenage years, most of the women, especially, maybe less men, but women around 15, 16, 17, 18, there's a lot of pressure on young women not to get pregnant, not to be over sexual. It is dangerous. Sex is dangerous. Shame on you. Whatever it is, when the hormone just kicks in, and the feminine hormones, the sexual hormones are kicking in, when there's a prime time for having babies, actually. And this is where the most control it's put on women. And now that if there is, so that creates PTSD. And most of the time most of the women today's world have to heal that trauma from that time. So being teenager, when you're dating, when you finally tap into your real emotions, it's normal too. So sometimes when it comes to obsession, those feelings are so intense, it might feel like you are in a whole cycle. And I was telling, it is stronger than you, it takes you down, okay? Like a whirlpool taking you down. So you want to slow down and pause. If you're interested, you can reach out to me. I can help you to pass through those phases. But really what you want to do, it's slow down. Like if I have one tip for everyone who's starting relationships, it's slowing down. Slow down. Slow down. Slow. Even slower. Like that. Okay. Think about feelings like a weather. And a lot of time you want to, like when you're in obsession, you're trying to control those feelings. And so think about it like a weather. You slow down yourself and let the storm pass. When there is sunny day, be grateful. When it's storm, be grateful for storm. Like storm is needed too. And like think about it, how it feels after storm. When storm passes, how it feels. Clear, fresh, new. Like we all need that renewal. And women are meant to be processing feelings. That's feminine part of it, to be able to process the feeling and let it flow out through it. If you want to have orgasms, better orgasm, you gotta allow those sensations move through you, the feelings. Like that's all. If I did study sexuality for so long, and I mean there's a lot of people just telling all of the be sexy. What sex is really permission to how you feel. Simple. It doesn't have to be exactly the whole most of the things which are out there are again distorted version of what sex is. Sex is like food. It can be super fine and many courses meal, or it can be super simple, healthy, daily, or like regular, maybe not the daily, maybe daily, whatever it means to you. Like it's your relationship to your own hunger. Like with food, it's your relationship to your food. No one can take it from you, no one can make you do it, but it's you and it. Okay. So a lot of time obsession comes when you're listening to other people's opinions, how it's supposed to be versus who you are. Okay, so the first one was accept you're an animal. Second, slow down and create the space to feel. And the third tip is love your desire more than the object of your desire. I would even say love your desire, not the object of your desire. Love your desire, not him. Does that make sense? Just bring the attention from him to your desire. And this is the most relevant tip when it comes to that question, how to overcome obsession, is but I needed to give you those two previous tips to prepare you for that. So once you accept you are an animal with desires, no church, no social shaming, no parents, no science, no medication can change that. And when you accept your feelings, you can't negotiate, you can't change your feelings, you have to accept your feelings. unless with drugs, unless with substances or suicide. So if you want to be healthy, you gotta accept your feelings. You can't do anything about it. Then you accept your desire and your hunger for the guy. Accept your hunger, your yearning, your wanting. And that's the most difficult, tricky for most women, to accept their desire and their want. So for example, say, I want you. Just accept it. And let it go of anything what runs you through your thoughts. Is never going to happen. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. It's not going to work. I'm too much. I want too much. I'm being so selfish. It's wrong. He's wrong. I'm wrong. Just like accept it, that you want it. You want him, or whatever desire it is. I want to get married. Most women, when you're obsessed, you're you're definitely more focused on the thing, whether it's him, whether sex with him, whether being married to him, whether being married, whatever it is, than on your want and your feeling. And again, you want to focus and feel your want. How does it feel in your body? How does it feel? Like that's sex, that's sensuality, that's aliveness. How your body feels, how, like, you can bring your sounds, colors, how it feels, not what you think about it, but how does it feel. Feel it. Accept it. And love it. Love your desire. Love your desire fully. Embrace it. Own it. It's yours. No one can take it from you. No one can give it to you. It is you and your want and your desire. The want is way, way, way more important than him or you or marriage. Way more important. Way more important. So the number 3 tip is accept and love your want, your wanting, your hunger, your yearning. Way more than him, way more than marriage, way more than 6-figure, way more than 6-pack, way more than anything else. Because that's your juice, that's your power. And when you let go of the thing, then it will come to you. This is what the law of attraction says. But it won't come to you when you squash your desire and yearning. And this is what most women do. They want him, they can't get him now. I want now. They won't get now, and they completely kill their own desire. They squash it. They like, I want you. Now you can't have it. So you really want to love your want. Love it. It's part of you. It's your animal. It's what keeps you safe. It's what keeps you alive. It's what keeps you happy. So, when you love your want first, when you love your want, you love yourself first. And this is where obsession leaves you, and you are free to love and be loved. and then man will come to you, and then everything you want will come to you. Then the great sex, the connection, the intimacy, the travels, then he will come to you. So this is a kind of work. So again, 3 tips. 1, accept your animal. You have animal instincts. You are part of the nature, and nature is more powerful than you. Your will, your thinking, you can't control it. 2, slow down to feel. And 3, love your want. So this is the work I do with my clients. This is exactly the work I do with my clients when I have a mastermind program for the last 3 years now. Yeah, there is next week I'm going to wedding of one of our clients. They've been waiting for the whole 1 year of the COVID lockdown. So if you want to have it, you can have it too. Another client got into relationship after 2 weeks in the program. I have another client, really happy, texted me yesterday how happy she is. She can't believe it. 1 month ago she was on a down, like 3-4 weeks ago she was on a downward spiral. Now she's completely happy, celebrating all over the place. So if you want something like that, this is what I do in my mastermind, and we get to the root of the problem. We don't do only this type of text you send to the guy, although I do show you that too. However, we do the work, inner work and outer work. So not only inner work, spirituality, forever healing for 20 years and nothing, and you're still single. It's not only what type of text to send it to a guy. It's a full package from inside and outside. So this is what I just said. Inside work plus outside how to negotiate with men. And if this sounds interesting to you, if you want more, let's have a chat. Let's have an open, honest conversation about your relationship problem. Maybe for the first time in your life. Book a call with me. I will post the link somewhere below so you can book call with me. Every situation is different and unique, although the same problems everywhere, but every situation is a little bit different and unique. And I do want to give a proper space and proper time to really explore it, really explore what's going on. And if I can help, I will. If not, I will send you a way where you can get your resolution and healing. So don't stay with your obsession. Get help, get the hand. A lot of time obsession brings it feels like a darkness, an isolated place, if that makes sense. It's very hard to come out on your own from that isolated dark place. But here's the thing, here's my hand. Grab my hand, get out, come out. I help you come out. I help myself. I help hundreds of women now. Come out. I can help you to come out. Okay. Again, book the call with me. I will post the link somewhere below. I'm learning to be a tech goddess too. However, I'm much more focused on relationships. This is what's most important for me. So you will find the link somewhere below. Book the conversation with me. It's free. It's a clarity conversation. We will go through what is not working, what is it that you want, and if I can help you, I will. If not, I will tell you and I will send you somewhere. So there is no commitment on that call. Unless you want to, you can decide then commitment to the program after that. Book the call. We will see if you are fit to the program. And let's chat. It is, again, like always, it is my pleasure and honor to speaking to you, bringing that message, bringing that way to freedom for all the women who want to be free and have it all. Love and sex, money and love, money and relationship. You can have it all. I love you a lot. and speak soon. Mwah.